And now for the Raw Tag Team title, we got Judgment Day, Dominic and Priest against the Usos. And Ripley and Finn and Sami are in the corners. And again, I'm like, who are the heels? But since all of the babyface tag teams practically they've got are the these are the two coolest teams.
Why aren't the Usos babyfaces? Even though Roman's clearly a heel, based on everything we've seen, aren't they kind of babyface?
Well, but then they can't really be babyfaces if they're hanging out with a heel and Paul Heyman's the wise man and they've been presented as heels for the past 3 years. But
that's family. That's family for you.
Well, but the people are cheering for them, especially whenever they're on Sami's side. So now if I guess they would be in the babyface sympathetic position here against Judgment Day, who are full-fledged heels, apparently. And they worked hard in this match, but at the same point, are you seeing a pattern that we've been talking about for the past few weeks? They start having this match, and the people zone out in the arena. They're kind of sitting there. And part of it because it went a while, because there's another, I think, 20 minutes of this match of the same people they've seen interacting in the ring for 20-something minutes. And the main problem is on Raw, the interviews are important, the moments, the debuts are important, the returns are important, and then the matches are where everybody just gets ready for the next one of the things I just mentioned. And every once in a while, if somebody breaks a piece of furniture or takes a bump that looks like it paralyzes them, people pop, but otherwise, WWE crowds, they're trained that the matches are the interludes in the drama. So Finn Balor interfered and got ejected at one point, and then I like the story they told in this match. It's just everything's taken so long. Jimmy does a dive and hurts his leg, and everything comes to a halt. And there's a conference, and all the doctors and Pierce, and he's helped to the back. The referee says he can't continue, and Pierce tells him they're going to forfeit, but then Sami agrees to take his place, and then the place wakes up. And Pierce agrees to it, and the match continues, and Sami starts shining. We're 45 minutes into the program now, but now they're actually kind of giving a shit about this. So it's they structured this well. It just took them a while to get there.
I thought he may have hurt his knee at first because when it happened and before Sami came out, I rewound it several times. I was watching live just to see how he landed. And then by the time I was back to real TV or real time, Sami was out there.
And again, that's the thing is that, they knew they were going to kick it up a notch when they substitute Sami for one of the Usos. And that's the natural place where people should have got more invested. But I'm just saying, it took them a while to get there, especially with what they did later in this program. I don't know what, nevertheless. They did a couple of fucking nice false finishes back and forth. And then finally, Sami and Jay Uso hit the 1D on Dominic, and Sami covered him in 1, 2, 3. And that was great. And it was a great final 5 minutes, as I said. But by the time they did all of that business, it was over 40 minutes from start to finish. But after I saw some of the other stuff, I'm there, well, be thankful for small favors, I guess.
Yeah, it was over 40 minutes on a 3-hour show, and it just happened to contain the most captivating storyline they have. So I can't complain too much, although it did go a while, but I like the opening segment. The match.
I was just giving them credit for they'd have somewhere else to go from there with every big star that's still breathing practically in the locker room that they've ever had on a show. But it was all downhill from here.
Fans really got into it after Sami got involved. Sami is super over right now. We should probably talk about that in a second, but I just want to say, because I've complimented him several times recently, Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
I love him as a heel, and when it looked like he was about to get the pin, even I was like, God damn it, not him! He can't get the pin! So, they've got something with him. Again, he still has to probably work on a lot of things in the ring, but
prison changes a man, though.
Prison changes a man, and I'd like to be in that prison of being chained up by Rhea Ripley. That sounds wonderful.
Well, there you go. Boy, you ought to see those leg irons they got. Anyway, so